Hi, and welcome everyone to another episode of Hobo Prepper. I am your host, Friar Tuck. Thanks for joining me. Hey, so today what we're going to be talking about is let's say you get dispossessed. Let's say you are one of the many people who deal with the ramifications from the Great Dispossession, and so now you're homeless or you're without a roof over your head. You're having to sleep outside or things have fallen apart and now you just need to figure out some way to make some money and get a network set up. There's no real reason why you should only wait to do this if you're outside, because you can do this while you're inside. It's a great way to make a side hustle. But realize that this is how the silent working class, this is how we get our work, this is what we do. And you can use some of these tips and techniques. Now, when you have a car versus being on foot, it's much different. Now, most of my time I have been on foot, and so having a car is a little odd for me because I'm having to relearn how to do everything. Because when you're on foot, you take everything with you at all times. When you're in a car, you can leave your stuff in a car, but you don't want to venture too far from your car because for various reasons. So what do you do? How do you make money? Well, if you have a car, you can work some of the rural routes. So when I was in Denver, and I had a lady, she's like, yeah, I've got like a hot dog stand or something like that, and I need somebody that can sit there and work for like 10 hours a day, 6 days a week, and show up on time and be a hard worker, and I'll pay you like 10, 12 bucks an hour. 10, 12 bucks an hour when you don't have rent is a lot more money than 10, 12 bucks an hour when you have rent. So you're going to view money a little bit differently out there. So it's like, okay, that sounds reasonable to me, but I had to explain to her that, look, I have health issues. I can only work so much, and the time in which I'm not working, I'm usually spending in recovery if I'm doing any type of real physical labor. But what I will say is that I try. People will work with you more so if you have limitations and stuff like that. Because if they're willing to take you at that stage, that means that they need you enough to pay you, but they don't need you enough to be able to offer you consistent work. This lady was only going to offer me work for like 3 months, and then after that, there was going to be no work. So for a guy like me, that's perfect. But the thing is she was unwilling to make the accommodations that I needed, so I couldn't take the job. And she wanted me, and I wanted to work for her, and the whole 9 yards. It would have been a great fit, but she wasn't willing to work with my health issues, and those are my limitations. And so for me, jobs are going to be a lot different. But for you who don't have the issues that I have, it's going to be a lot easier for you because you'll have a lot more opportunities, especially with what's going on right now. If you put your ear to the ground, so one of the first websites that I would suggest you check out, because we are in the digital age. So one of the first websites you want to check out, it's called Craigslist. Craigslist.org. You can do cityname.craigslist.org, and generally it goes off of the major cities, but you can go down in the gig section. Now, over the years, the gig section has been saturated by people advertising. You go in there and you can search through the gigs. So if you have a car, there are some things that you can do. If you don't have a car, there are some things that you can do. Also, I have found plenty of work on Craigslist over the years. Plus, a second thing that you can do, knock doors. Now, I know you may not want to do it, and I know it may be hard, but guess what? If you want to survive, you're going to have to turn into a salesman. Being a salesman is going to be part of your survival skills. You better have some, not necessarily some charisma. Because here's the thing. People will do business with you if they feel that they can trust you. And so being able to build trust with somebody is so important. It has to do about your demeanor, your content of character, the core of who you are, and what it is that you radiate when you show up to their door. You guys watch me because you trust me, or you trust the person that referred you to me. And so therefore that kind of starts to build the trust. But there's still a lot of work that goes into building that trust. That means you honor your commitments. You say you're going to do something, you show up, you do it. It is a whole different style of living because you are stuck, and we will have to get into contracting and stuff like that with whatever you agree to. So make sure that you agree to the things that you know that you can fulfill. Make sure that you understand all of the expectations so that you can fulfill the agreement. I think that's the reason why Michael took a pause when I said, okay, tell me the details. What is it that you expect from me? I want to know. Like, okay, you want to set me up with this? Okay, great. Just give me the details. And because most people don't think about that part. And when you're a hobo, if your integrity and your reputation is the most important thing, so honoring your commitments. Now, you're gonna fall short. It's part of being a hobo. People understand that when you're in that situation, there's some things that you commit to that you have the full intent of doing, but due to circumstance and whatever, I mean, it happens. And so people will be much more forgiving on that aspect. But as long as you are doing everything you can within reason, and don't come up with some fake excuse. I mean, be real about it. I went to jail. I couldn't get into the shower in time because the line was longer than usual, and my lady wasn't there, so I couldn't get in. Things like that. That is something that is understandable and reasonable, especially if they know where you're at. And the thing is employers are so desperate right now. You could walk down business to business even and say, "Hey, look, I'm willing to offer you a few hours, but I need to be paid at the end of the day. I can't afford a roof over my head, but I need to be able to pay to be able to come to work and have hygiene. And I also need to be able to have food so that I can live to the next day to come here. Oh, and also, I want a meal at the beginning and end of my shift. That way, it saves me a little bit of money. So you might say, hey, I'll do it for $50 a day. I'll come in, I'll work $50 for you, or I'll work 5 hours for you at $50. Or excuse me, I'll work 8 hours for you at $50. But here's what I want: I want a meal at the beginning, I want a meal at the end. I want $50 cash at the end of the day plus drinks while I'm here. Soda, water, tea, stuff like that. Whatever it is that I want to drink, I can drink that during the shift. So I may be making $10 an hour, but what I'm doing is I'm doing what's called a trading kind. I'm negotiating, I'm bartering. And so you can go into restaurants and say, look, give me two meals a day, one at the end, one at the beginning. So now that $50 is a lot more. It goes a lot farther because one, you don't have rent. All you have to do is pay for gas. Maybe your cigarettes. Maybe you want to pay for a Netflix subscription because you're going to show up 3 days a week. Say, hey, look, I can only do 3 days a week for you on this because in my situation it requires a little bit more of my time, and I need to have some time for me. So I'll give you 3 days a week. If you're willing to accept that, I'll come to work for you. I'm willing to bet that nowadays, with the things that are going on, you can get a job that way very, very, very easily. Knocking. So let's see. We've talked about Craigslist. We've talked about knocking doors. We have talked about going business to business. Now there are ways, and I will tell you, even in San Francisco, I don't even know what to say. It's more or less, if you're not a drug addict, if you got your ducks in a row, and even if you have some mental health issues, it doesn't mean that you can't function like this out there. If what you want out there is out there, if you're willing to go get it, but you got to go get it. And so, also, with us being in the digital age, you also have the ability to start a platform like what I'm doing. Now, on a platform, what you're going to really want to do and what you're going to want to focus on is offering value to your viewers, like what I'm hoping I'm doing for you. But then whatever it is that you're offering, because you might be a mechanic and people need to learn how to work on their own cars because they can't afford a mechanic anymore. Maybe you have a skill where you could teach people how to do woodworking, and teach them how to do it in a way to where it saves them money, and then they get to have really nice furniture that's going to last forever, unlike the disposable crap that we buy at the store because we got to replace it every couple of years. And then with that, your money isn't really coming from the monetization, the 1,000 subscribers, the 4,000 watch hours, or whatever it is. Your monetization is actually coming from offering products. It's like, okay, so I'm a woodworker, and so what I'm going to do is I got down in the link, I have a drill bit that will help you get this specific hole. So, and then that's the way that you help the channel, okay? Because the thing is what happens is you go through that link, and you purchase that item, they get that commission. Now, the great thing about the Amazon affiliate program, and the reason why I do the Amazon affiliate program, is because of two reasons. With the Amazon affiliate program, you have the ability to, so I put a link in there, so let's say the backpack. You go in through that link, and let's say you decide, well, I don't want the backpack, but I was gonna buy this, this, and this, and so you add that to your cart, remove the backpack, and you go through and do your purchase of whatever it was that you were gonna buy in the first place. You click buy, and then the content creator, that link that you clicked on, they will get a commission because they're not getting a commission off of you buying that backpack. They're getting a commission on whatever you buy from that store. And if you go through that link and put some stuff in your cart and and you don't buy it that day, but then 30 days later, within the next 30 days you decide to purchase it, well, guess what? Then that content creator gets a commission. See, this is how content creators really make their money, and this is really why I'm doing what I'm doing. Is I'm asking you guys not to go buy all the things that I'm selling and to go spend extra money to support me. What I'm asking you to do is to click on the link, whatever it is you were going to buy from Amazon anyways, add it to your cart, remove whatever it was that you didn't want, click buy. I get a commission. It doesn't cost you anymore. And this is a way of saying, hey, look, I want to help this content creator. Okay, so this is how you would make your money if you chose to go the digital realm, like what I'm going in this realm. And so that's why I always say, hey guys, if you click on the affiliate link down there, I put things that I find to be relevant or that I'm talking about. But sometimes I put things down there that aren't that way. So if it's an Amazon link, that's what you get. Now, if it's a different affiliate link, like you go through ClickBank, I have an affiliate link for 70% off of PC repair. It's a discount PC repair. It's like Fry's Electronics, but different. And I have a link there. I haven't put it up on my gaming website, but it's for my gamers. But they have to buy that specific buy anything from that specific store for me to get a commission on it. That cookie stays in their browser for so long. Da 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 da. Okay, and so this is how you have the ability to support your content creator without giving them any money, without spending any money out of your own pocket other than what you were already going to spend. And because the thing is through the trust and through the relationship that you build with your end users, they're going to want to help you out. And if they understand what it is that they can do to help you out, they're going to go through those avenues. I know that maybe eventually I will have to go to behind a paywall, but I'm not going to go behind a paywall right now because I really don't want your guys' money. I want commission off of whatever it is that you guys were going to spend in the first place. So if you're going to buy a game off of Amazon, well, just go through my link, add the game, remove whatever it was, buy it, I get the commission, you get your game, and we all are happy. Okay, so that is what you can do digitally. And so for me, because I have the health issues I have, and it's much easier for me to navigate myself, then this is what I do. This is my avenue to make money and to put myself forward to the public, because as I gain viewers, as I gain subscribers, I gain an influence, and that tells me and that gives me the opportunity to put more time and effort and energy towards bringing you quality, top-notch products or top-notch content, so that you can get the ultimate fulfillment from the experience that you are looking for. So, and again, it's a business, but it's an individual business. It's me. I am the business. It is my personality and who I am, this vessel. And one of the things I'm going to recommend to you, though, just so that you know, and so that I can give you a little bit of a review on it, is I'm going to put the HP Omen that I have here. Now, my dad being retired military, I get a couple $100 discount. I don't have to pay tax on it. You're not going to get that discount or that the removal of the tax. But for about $1,300 right now, you can get yourself an HP Omen with 12 gigabytes of RAM and a 6 gigabyte video card. This will allow you to, if you want to start a gaming channel like I have, you will have the necessary hardware for it. If you want to do video editing and you want to go into content creation and just be a producer, you're going to need a good laptop. Anything that you do that requires technology, you're going to want a good laptop. And a good laptop is good for you if you're mobile. But you also need to be conscious if you have to go outside on how to be able to care for your electronics, and you might want to be able to make sure that you have something to be able to cover it, like something like a waterproof cover, like a slip cover or something like that for it, you're gonna want something like that just to protect it. Plus, you're gonna want to also put it in, like when I put my laptop in my backpack, what I like to do is I will put it in between my sleeping bag to give it the padding, but then that tells me I can't sit on my bag. And you got to remember, you can't sit on your bag or you're going to break your laptop. I think that if you're going to do anything digital outside of grunt labor, having a good laptop is important. So I'm going to put that link down in the description. If you want it, great. If you want to go for a less expensive laptop, I already told you how to do it. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next episode.